Hey there. It's right around 7 p.m. on Thursday, November 16th. And I'm sitting here. I'm deciding to make a face to face video because my videos are always pointed outwards at things that are not working right in my environment, usually in my apartment or in and around the building where I live. There's a lot of malfunction, dysfunction, craziness in that building. The landlord rents to career criminals and sex offenders, and there's always some kind of issue with some intrusive behaviors, aggression, harassment, breaking and entering. Somebody stole a pair of earphones out of my hiding place where I'd been hiding them 10 days ago. Whoever stole the earphones knew exactly where I was keeping them. So, I usually point the camera outward so that what I'm documenting can be seen on the video, but today I've decided to speak to the camera directly. I actually got up really early, had a networking event. Sage Christ. Had a networking event earlier today here at the Prudential Center in Boston. Had a great time, lots of fabulous food, talked to some really nice people, hung out with one of my friends. She was actually the one who introduced me to some of the people in charge of these networking events. So it's been a really nice afternoon. And I only had about like 2.5 hours of sleep this past night, and there was no hot water when I took my shower this morning around 8:30. And there's a lot of malfunction and dysfunction and psychoticness in and around the environment where I live. I don't know if that's by design. I don't know if the landlord is deliberately just creating a chaotic environment by renting to people with severe behavioral issues, at least in all three adjacent units to mine. Every single tenant in all three adjacent units to mine are severely mentally disturbed. Like you could just hear them screaming and shouting nonstop, like in a nonsensical way. Like they're not shouting at someone. I mean, when I shout, I'm angry and I'm shouting at somebody who sits behind the wall of my toilet, likes to smack the wall of my toilet. That's a different kind of shouting. That's like specific shouting, right? You're shouting at someone because they're harassing you. The creep next door in 88 is a psychotic sex offender who just likes to loudly shout obscene lyrics constantly at the top of his lungs, usually when he thinks that there's, women walking by in the hallway or something. Anyway, it's the kind of chaotic environment that would break down lesser people who don't have a lot of discipline or a lot of focus or a lot of confidence in their ability to blast through things and just get stuff done anyway. I've lived in that building for 12 years. And even now, it still gets to me the dysfunction, the malfunction, the craziness, the psychotic sex offender neighbors, people breaking and entering, my stuff getting stolen and vandalized, my food getting tampered with, making me suddenly sick when it's like a brand new container of yogurt. I've just bought it like, a day before, that kind of thing. All of that stuff. Again, I don't know if it's by design or not, but it can break down a lesser person. But, if you have confidence in yourself, if you believe in yourself, then nothing can stop you from doing what you want to do and what you need to do. And today, in spite of not getting any sleep, there was violent banging noises from the psychotic thug directly below me in 76 throughout the entire night. I mean, this person likes to respond to what they can either see me or hear me doing in the privacy of my unit, because it's not a private unit, and likes to make violent banging and slamming noises against the walls beneath my bed whenever this person has knowledge that I'm doing something that's personal or private, like picking my nose or scratching my armpits or pulling my wedgie or something. They like to let me know that they can see me doing that by violently slamming things against the walls directly beneath my bed. That was going on up until about 3 a.m. So when you're trying to sleep in that environment and then you have to get up and then take a shower, and the entire time that I was showering today, there was somebody sitting directly behind the wall of my toilet, which is right next to my shower stall, filling my entire bathroom literally with intense, sickening, overpowering marijuana fumes from the bathroom that is behind the wall of my toilet, which is a vacant unit, and it's been kept vacant and empty by the landlord for over a year now. That person was deliberately engaging in some very desperate and psychotic attention-seeking behavior. The entire time I was getting ready, my entire bathroom was filled with marijuana fumes, and the marijuana fumes never come from the hallway because nobody stands outside of my door smoking marijuana for 2 hours, filling my entire bathroom. This has been going on for years. And it's a psychotic sex offender who likes to access the premises of the vacant bathroom behind the wall of my shower stall and toilet. And then she becomes deliberately very intrusive and aggressive based on what she has knowledge of me doing in the privacy of my bathroom. My bathroom is not a private space. There's surveillance devices in there somewhere, and people keep bragging to me that they can see what I do in that bathroom. So this sex offender likes to react aggressively to what I do in the privacy of my bathroom to let me know that they're participating in the process of me trying to shower. I mean, that's what sex offenders do. They're desperate perverts. And, what normal people wouldn't care less about, like somebody showering, like, okay, whatever, big deal, right? Everybody has to shower, so who cares? But these sex offenders are these psychotic perverts, and they like to smack the wall when I try to rinse certain body parts, but not others, or, scrub certain body parts, but not others. So they are mentally disturbed to a point that is completely psychotic, and where they become extremely agitated and aggressive when somebody tries to do something normal like use their toilet. In spite of all that, and in spite of the fact that I had some yogurts in my fridge that appeared to have been tampered with, because when I took a few bites this morning, these are brand new yogurts, I've only had them for a few days, the yogurt made me instantly ill. Like your body is immediately reacting like there was some kind of chemical in there. And when you have a yogurt, individual self-serve yogurt with a tinfoil top, anybody can poke a little tiny hole in the tinfoil top and put in whatever they want to that yogurt. Unless the yogurt is like sealed with like some heavy duty, lead lid, anybody can tamper with your yogurt by poking a hole in the tinfoil top. Okay. So I was sick from having the yogurt this morning. There was no hot water. Psycho sex offender behind the wall of my toilet kept filling my bathroom with intense marijuana fumes and smacking the wall when I washed certain body parts, but not others. But you know what? I still made it to the networking event kind of on time. I was a little bit late, but not late enough that I missed anything critical. Had a great time, saw my friends, chatted, talked with some nice people, handed out business cards, and then made it here to this lovely business center to have a Zoom meeting with one of my friends who I haven't seen in about 8 years. He's awesome. Miss him a lot. He and his partner are just great. I had a great time with them when they lived in Boston, and now that they no longer live in Boston, I still have a great time chatting with them on Zoom. And now I'm getting stuff done. So my point in all of this is that the only person who can stop you from doing what you really need to do is you, unless somebody is physically like assaulting you or blocking your door or threatening to kill you if you leave your building, that kind of thing. But in spite of all of this aggression, dysfunction, malfunction in my environment today, I still managed to make it out. I still managed to take my shower in spite of the fact that it's not a private process, obviously. Still managed to make it out, attend these events, nicely dressed, clean, functional, normal, presentable. And I got done everything that I wanted to do today, and I'm still getting stuff done that I want to do. So yeah, don't let anybody stop you guys. I mean, whatever craziness people are trying to throw at you, it's really up to you. Literally, unless somebody's like literally physically holding you down or threatening to kill you if you leave or blocking your door, you don't have to let crazy stuff like this slow you down or stop you. It can slow you down. Yeah, I mean, if somebody puts like nasty chemicals in your yogurt and you get sick like I did, and you're having terrible stomach cramps all of a sudden, it will slow you down, but eventually you'll recover and you'll just be able to keep going. So there's some very psychotic, miserable career criminals that are on my tail all the time. They live in my building because that's who the landlord chooses to place in my building for reasons that are their own, that are political or business or economic or whatever. And these psychotic career criminals do everything they can to harass people around them who they perceive as having a more functional life than they do or having more things than they do. I'm not sure what they think I have that they don't have, but they're obviously very aggressive and very focused on engaging in all kinds of very violent and intrusive behaviors such as the psycho sex offender sitting behind the wall of my toilet in the vacant premises of the bathrooms behind my toilet and then smacking the wall, or filling my entire bathroom with really nauseating, sickening fumes that go on for like an hour and a half, 2 hours at a time, to let me know that she's right there. Like, she's a psychotic stalker. And what stalkers do is they deliberately let you know that they're as close as possible to you to instill fear and intimidation. And it's really a power trip that they get off on. So there was that. But, I mean, nobody's sitting on my chest preventing me from leaving my apartment. So I leave and I get stuff done anyway. So these people are wasting their time. The only person who can really stop me from doing what I want to do is me, unless I'm severely ill or I'm being physically assaulted. And then you recover from that anyway, and then you can go on your merry way, right? So happy Thursday. I had a great day. I hope you guys did too. And hopefully I'm not going to be having to make more of these videos too often.